Unity is the supreme strength. Chapter 1: The Village of Harmony. There was once a small and peaceful village called Sundergram, surrounded by green fields, tall palm trees, and a beautiful river that curved gently around it. The people of Sundergram were simple farmers, carpenters, and fishermen. They were poor, but they had something far more valuable than money. They had unity. Everyone helped each other. When someone's house was broken by the storm, the entire village came together to repair it. When someone's crops were ruined, others shared their food. The villagers called themselves a big family. In the center of the village stood a giant banyan tree, old and wise, with roots spreading in every direction. The villagers often gathered under it to discuss problems, celebrate festivals, and share stories. To them, the tree was a symbol of unity, strong because its roots were joined deep in the earth. But time, as always, brought change. Chapter 2: The Seeds of Division. One summer, a rich merchant named Raghav Seth came to the village. He was a clever businessman who saw an opportunity to make money. He wanted to buy the village land to build a rice mill. But the land belonged to many families, and to take it, he needed the villagers to disagree among themselves. So he began to sow seeds of division. He whispered lies into people's ears. He told the carpenter that the farmers were planning to take his wood for free. He told the farmers that the fishermen were stealing from their storage. He told the village headman that some young men were speaking against his leadership. Slowly, the peace of Sundergram started to fade. People who once shared food stopped talking to each other. Farmers refused to lend tools. The carpenter demanded money for every small repair. The fishermen fought over the river's boundaries. The banyan tree that had once seen laughter now stood witness to angry words. The merchant smiled to himself. When people are divided, he thought, they are weak. Chapter 3: The Wise Old Man. There was one man in the village who saw what was happening. His name was Hari Das, an old farmer with white hair and calm eyes. He was respected by everyone, but now no one listened to him much. They were too busy fighting. One evening, he went to the banyan tree and called for a village meeting. Only a few people came, tired, angry, and suspicious of each other. Hari Das looked at them and said softly, "My children, why have you turned your hearts against one another? What has happened to our unity?" The carpenter, Gopal, shouted, "Ask the farmers. They think only of themselves." "And the fishermen," another yelled, "they sell their catch to outsiders instead of us." Hari Das sighed. "You are all speaking as if you are enemies. But tell me, who built your homes? Who grows your food? Who catches your fish? We depend on each other. We cannot live without one another." But his words fell on deaf ears. People left the meeting one by one, muttering to themselves. Hari Das sat alone under the tree that night, worried and sad. He knew something terrible would happen if this continued. Chapter 4. The Attack. A week later, a group of bandits entered the village at night. They had heard that Sundargram was divided and weak. The bandits carried torches and swords, ready to steal crops, animals, and money. When the villagers saw the fire, they ran in panic. The farmers hid in their huts. The fishermen fled toward the river, and the carpenter locked his door. No one helped anyone. The bandits burned granaries, broke into houses, and took everything they could. The cries of women and children echoed in the night. The village that had once been full of joy was now full of fear. At dawn, the bandits left with their loot, laughing. When the villagers came out, they saw the destruction, broken homes, stolen rice, and tears in every eye. Hari Das gathered them again under the banyan tree. His voice trembled with both sadness and strength. "You see what has happened," he said. "We were strong when we stood together. But when we let anger and greed divide us, we became weak. The bandits attacked, not because we were poor, but because we were not united." Silence spread through the crowd. Every heart felt the sting of guilt. Chapter 5. Learning from the Past. The next morning, the villagers met again. This time, there was no shouting, only regret. "We have made a mistake," said Gopal the carpenter. "Yes," said Mohan the fisherman. "We were foolish to fight each other." A farmer added, "Hari Das was right. We are one family." They decided to rebuild the village together. Men, women, and children worked hand in hand. Farmers repaired the fishermen's boats. The carpenter helped build new roofs. The women cooked food for everyone working in the sun. Slowly, the wounds of the night began to heal. The banyan tree once again saw the village united, not in comfort, but in courage. And soon, something wonderful happened. The crops grew better than before. The fishermen caught more fish. The carpenter's work improved. Even visitors from nearby villages started admiring Sundargram again. Chapter 6. The Return of the Merchant. When Raghav Seth heard that the village was strong again, he came back with a smile that hid his greed. "My dear friends," he said sweetly, "I see you have rebuilt everything. I have a proposal. Sell me your land, and I will make you rich. You can work for my rice mill and earn wages." The villagers listened quietly. A year ago, they might have fallen for his words, but now they were wiser. Hari Das stepped forward and said, "Raghav Seth, this land is not for sale. It belongs to the people who till it, build on it, and live by it. We may not be rich in gold, but we are rich in unity, and that is worth more." The villagers nodded. Raghav Seth tried to argue, but no one listened. He left in anger, realizing that united people cannot be controlled. Chapter 7. The Lesson of the Sticks. One evening, Hari Das called the children of the village and gave each of them a thin stick. "Break it," he said. Each child easily broke their stick in half. Then he gave a bundle of sticks tied together with a rope. "Now try to break this." The children tried, but no matter how hard they pulled, the bundle stayed strong. Haridas smiled. "Do you see? One stick alone is weak, but many sticks together cannot be broken. This is unity. When you grow up, remember this. Always stand together." The children nodded, their eyes full of understanding. The lesson would live in their hearts forever. Chapter 8. A Test of Faith. Years passed, and Sundargram prospered. But one day, heavy rains flooded the river. Water entered the fields, and the current became strong enough to wash away houses. Panic spread again. Haridas, now very old, stood in the water shouting, "Don't be afraid. Form human chains. Help each other." And they did. Men held ropes and pulled others from the flood. Women formed groups to carry children to safety. Farmers used their carts to move the elderly to higher ground. The fishermen tied boats together and used them to rescue people trapped in their homes. By nightfall, the rain stopped, and though many crops were lost, no life was lost. The people realized that even nature respected those who stood united. Chapter 9. A Village Reborn. When the sun rose the next morning, Sundargram looked different, wet and muddy, but full of courage. The villagers sang as they cleaned the debris. Children laughed again. A team from a nearby town came to help and said, "We have never seen such cooperation. You people truly live as one." The headman replied, smiling, "We learned our lesson. Unity is not just a word for us. It is our supreme strength." Haridas, who was resting under the banyan tree, smiled peacefully. He knew his people would never again forget this truth. Chapter 10. The Legacy Lives On. Years later, Haridas passed away peacefully. The whole village mourned him. They buried him near the banyan tree and placed a stone there that read, "In unity lies strength." This was his truth. This is our life. Generations later, children of Sundargram still grew up hearing the story of the old man, the bandits, and the bundle of sticks. The village became known far and wide as the Village of Unity. People from other villages came to learn how they worked together. Whenever a disagreement arose, someone would remind the others, "Remember what happened when we forgot who we were," and the unity would return. The banyan tree still stands tall, its roots joined deep in the ground, strong, unshaken, and wise. It whispers in the wind the same message. Unity is the supreme strength. Divided, we fall. Together, we rise. Moral of the story: unity is more powerful than money, strength, or intelligence. When people stand together, whether in a family, a village, or a nation, they can overcome any difficulty. No storm, enemy, or disaster can defeat those who remain united in heart and purpose.